Yeah, I'm out, I'm on the lake. Made the mission in the boat from, as you can see, it's a long old way. I hope you can hear me all right. It's very windy. It doesn't look that windy on the camera, but it's pretty choppy out there. Either way, I figured I would take some time out as I'm here for a couple of nights to share some time with you guys on the bank right here. Well, not on the bank really, on an island. Capture it on video, why not, right? So I've got the rods somewhat set up behind me there. Bed chairs there, that's pretty much it, roughing it, nothing too special. I've got a friend of mine, Tony, joining me tomorrow. So he'll be here also for a couple of nights. And as you can see, it's very smoggy from the smoke. Canada's blowing down this way. But either way, it's looking like it's going to be pretty decent weather for the next couple of nights. So yeah, I'm on an island right now. I'll take you over here quick just to get an idea. I'll be fishing out actually not far. I don't know if you can really see it, but it drops off pretty substantially right here. There is also another island over there, but it's got so many boats on it right now. I figured I'd just kind of pull over here. I fished this side before, I fished off this drop off, and it's nice and sandy just out a little way. It's got some old concrete slabs from where people used to be able to dock the boats in these stairs. There's actually a nice slab up there you could put a bivvy on if you wanted to be a bit more comfy, but I like roughing it a little bit more. But yeah, there you go, up on the slab there. So this is where we are. I've caught fish all the way around this island, even off around the main channel there, but this is basically very, I don't know if you can see the drop off there. It's literally the line of it goes round and then it kind of cuts out towards that island over there. Big sandbar, but lots and lots of fish in here. What I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to go out in the boat again, drop some bait in on a couple of the spots, or at least one spot, one main area. I'm going to fish one rod in it and two rods, well, one rod out of it, one rod in it, and then one rod I'm just going to do on a kind of pub chuck random spot and hope for the best. So yeah, like I said, lots of boat traffic. Anyway, catch up with you guys in a little bit. So let me move back up to the spot that I'm going to be dropping the bait. Not too far, as you can see, rods are just behind me there, over on the bank, and I'm not fishing. Actually, I've got to go quite a ways up to get to where I was. It's a bit choppy. That wind is really kicking in. But once I got most of this bait in, it doesn't take long for the fish to find it. Like I said, I fished here before some time ago, and yeah, it was really successful. So I'm hoping that this spot will do good again. I fished all around this lake, most of the islands, and a couple of other areas as well. And this spot has done quite well. So I'm going to go up a little bit, a little further past the spot, and then drift back down. And as I drift back down, I'll just spray out some of the bait. Again, I even feel like right now I'm too far out. We will see. Yeah, I think about here is probably pretty good. Bait wise, it's just a mix of corn and gooped up boilies. Try and show you some. There it is. Tigers, maize, boilie. Here, let's do this so you can see what I'm doing. Got a smudge on the lens. Here we go, let's do this so you can see what I'm doing. You can see the cloud coming off of it all. So I'll start here, and basically I'll just pretty liberal with it all. Right, I'm going to move back up again and do the same thing I just did. But I mean, you can see the trail in the water there. So hopefully the fish will be all right with that too. I'll go back up. Once I've got this in, I've also got a few just plain boilies that I got, I've done well on here before. It's a mix of pineapple and Scopex. So we called it Pinex, and Lorenzo over at Carp USA, I'm sure any residents of the US know who he is. He did a fantastic job rolling them, and he's very quick with the shipping on them. They actually came the very next day. He was actually rolling baits as it was, and ended up saying, hey, you know what, your bait's ready, it'll be there in a day. So I was like, blooming heck, I mean, that's crazy. But hey, no complaints either way. So I've got, in this one, I've got some old pineapples that I had in this mix in the bucket. Old pineapples, a few of the Pinex, we're calling it, pineapple Scopex, on a white base mix, and yellow pineapples with, like I said, some tigers and some maize. So I'm going to get the rest of that in now. And as I put it in, you can watch me do that. There you go. Again, I'm not fishing far off the bank. You can see the rods over there. You know, it's about 30 yards off the bank, so not far at all, but I'm hoping with this little mix, along with a good spray of boilies, will probably help it out a lot. Now, if you're wondering why it's so cloudy, that's because the boilies I soaked them in hot water. Soaking the boilies in the hot water basically enabled them to release a lot of the flavour into the liquid that was in there, and kind of get it, you know, all the aromas mixed in with the maize, but it also releases quicker into the water column. I mean, I don't know if you can see it actually. Look at this. I'm right over the top of where I just put the bait. See the clouds of bait, the trails of it. So all those aromas and the scent and all that will be, I'll stick you back in there for a minute, will be floating around, and we'll pull in, hopefully pull in some of the fish that we're after. Some great fish in here. There's a good mix of commons and mirrors. And yeah, I've had a few good fish out of here before. It's getting breezy, I tell you. Tomorrow's meant to be some thunderstorms and stuff coming through. And by then, my good friend Tony will be here. And hopefully we'll have a few fish on the board. We shall see, but man, when those rogue waves come in, they really do come in. But either way, I'm gonna shut off here, guys, so I will catch up with you again in a little while. I'm gonna try and get up here on the beach with the boat. Oh man. All right, so plenty of bait out. Again, not too far out, just off the drop off where I'd shown you. I'm gonna get the rod sorted now, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, get the rods out, get the kettle on. Gotta have a cup of tea after all that work, getting out. I mean, it's about a 3-mile boat ride, and I didn't bring the motor with the battery because of the weight. I was just trying to be a little bit easier going on myself, but you add it all up, you know, bed chair, food, and the grill and bits and pieces to cook with, you know, for a few nights. Bait is a big one. The weight really gets a lot. It really adds up. So, you know what? I decided I'd take the workout route and row. I know you can't see it very well, but the north end of the lake, all the way down that arm, way down there, is a boat launch. So park the car there, drop the boat in, get it all set up and sorted, and on the water, and out we come. Now there's another lake, another island I stopped at. It's like a halfway point, about a mile and a half-ish out, and then from there up to here. But as you can see, I mean, there's boat traffic, but even now, not that bad at all, really. But what a place to fish, it's beautiful. There it is. So I tie a little loop in the end of that. Now I'm tying this up as if it was just a regular hair rig. Oh, I would be, but I've actually got a fish on. So why don't we film that instead? Because that's way more interesting, isn't it? Wasn't expecting that. Ooh. And I tell you right now, there's no milk in it with these fish. They scrap. This is a 3.5 test curve sonic gravity rod, and these fish have been absolutely pulling my arm off. And this is what it's been like. Occasionally you'd be talking away or doing your thing, and out of nowhere get an absolute screaming run. Some pretty heavy head shakes going on out there. Now I think on this drop off that's in front of me there is some kind of abrasive concrete ledge or something like that. Oh, here comes the aeroplane. So I won't bother talking because I don't even know if you can hear me or not. Ooh. It's always key to have your drag set, because you never know when a surge may take place. And again, I don't know if this is a big fish or not. It feels like a fairly decent one, maybe a mid-20 or something, but man, do they fight. Luckily, with the way the weather's been, the boat traffic has been minimal today so far, and with that it means less wake. Don't really know if it affects the fish here that much. On other venues over here in the US, it sometimes actually improves it. I've had boats go over, cause a wake, stir it all up, and the fish have turned on and the rods have gone. But last night, late evening, I was getting, you know, two rods going off at the same time. So right now, these rods aren't even out. I'm only fishing with one rod, just because it's a bit much, to be honest with you. And it's a good thing to have, obviously, but this feels like it might be a half decent fish, actually. But again, like I said, you never know. It's just doing its thing, slowly plodding along. So we will see what the deal is with it. Goes a nice boat. It's going to cause a massive wake and really stir shit up, but that's okay. All right, there's my leader. So there you go, how about that? Oof. Huh. Just got wet then. Alright, sweetheart, let me lift you up for the camera. Lovely mint fish, one scale missing off of it. Right where I'm soaked now, fuck it. I tell you, these sessions out here are fucking brilliant. I love them. It's fish like this almost all day long. Wonderful time, something that I love doing, that I've missed doing. This is the first session I've got out to do this year, and a wonderful one so far. It's about time to get the kettle on and have a proper brew. What a wonderful fish. Let's get it back, get that middle rod back out, see if we can get into another one. Cheers, guys.